Hello everyone. Our lesson today talking about properties of parallelograms. The parallelogram at the first, let me identify what does it mean by the opposite sides. The opposite sides like side BC and side AD, they are opposite sides. AB and CD also are opposite sides. The opposite sides, they don't share the vertex. They don't share the same vertex like the side BC, the side and the side AD. Both of them, they don't share the same vertex. And also the sides CD and AB, they are opposite sides. They don't share the same vertex. The opposite angles like angle A and angle C, angle B and angle D, they are opposite angles. They don't share the same side. Here the angles of a polygon that share side, they are called consecutive angles. Like angle A and angle B, both of them, they share the same side AB, then both of them consecutive angles. B and C consecutive angles, C and D consecutives, D and A consecutives. In the parallelogram here, there is a quadrilateral with both pair of opposite sides parallel. Each two opposite sides in the parallelogram are parallel. Here we have theorems. Theorem 6.3. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its opposite sides are congruent. Each two opposite sides are congruent. The second theorem, if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its consecutive angles are supplementary. This angle and the other one, the next one, they're sum 180. This angle and the next one on the same side, they are supplementary. They're sum 180. The third theorem, if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its opposite angles are congruent. Then here we said the parallelogram is a quadrilateral with opposite sides are parallel. Each two opposite sides are parallel, and each two opposite angles, the cross angles, are congruent, and each two consecutive angles are supplementary. Their sum 180, and each two opposite sides are congruent. And the diagonals, the sides that connects the opposite angles, the diagonals bisect each others. Here, let's solve this question. Measure of angle P. How to find the measure of angle P in this parallelogram? Since we have angle S is 64 degree and angle P, both of them P and S consecutive angles, then we can find the measure of angle P by subtracting angle X from angle S from 180. Then measure of angle P equal 180 minus 64 equal 116. The second question, suppose you adjust the lamp so that measure of angle S 86. What is measure of angle R? Also measure of angle S and measure of angle R, both of them consecutive angles. Then measure of angle R, to find measure of angle R, we will subtract the measure of angle S 86 from 180 to get that measure of angle R equal 94. How to solve the system of linear equations according to the properties and theorem that we explained. Here this is parallelogram. KLMN is parallelogram. And here we have two diagonals. And as we said, the two diagonals bisect each other. That means the diagonal divided into two equal halves. And the other diagonal KM also divided into two equal halves. Then the first equation that y plus 10 equal 2x plus 8. And the other equation that x equal y plus 2. Let's solve this system of equation. By using the second equation y plus 2 equal x to solving the first equation. we will make substitution in the first equation, y plus 10 equal 2. Instead of x, we will put y plus 2, this equation. Then y plus 10 equal 2. Instead of this x, I will put y plus 2 minus 8. Then using a distributive property, then y plus 10 equal 2y plus 4 minus 8. By solving this equation, then y plus 10 equal 2y minus 4. By moving y to the other side, by combining the like, then 2y minus y equal 10 plus 4, then y equal 14. After solving for y, after finding the value of y equal 14, we can make substitution in any equation. Let's solve the second one, the easiest one. Y plus 2, then 14 plus 2 equal x, then x equal 16. Let's find the side km and ln. Here km, this km, we said y is 14, then 14 plus 10 is 28, is 24, then 24 plus 24 is 48. The same as the other side ln, we said x is 16, then 16 plus 16 equal 32. Let's solve the next one. Find the values of x and y. What are PR and SQ? Also, this is parallelogram. By the same idea, we know that the two diagonals bisect each others. That means x plus 1 equal y, and 3y minus 7 equal 2x, y equal x plus 1. Then by solving the first equation using the second one, we know that y equal x plus 1. We will make substitution in the first equation. Then 3y, instead of y, I will put 3 multiply x plus 1 minus 7 equal 2x. Using a distributive property, then 3x plus 3 minus 7 equal 2x. Then 3x minus 4 equal 2x. By combining the likes, then 3x minus 2x equal 4, then x equal 4. After finding the value of x, we can solve the second equation. Then y equal x plus 1, then y equal 4 plus 1, then y equal 5. After that, we can find the length of PR and SQ. Then we said here PR, this is 3y minus 7, then 3 multiply 5 is 15. 15 minus 7 is 8, and this side also is 8. Then here PR is 16. Let's find the length of SQ after finding the values of x and y. X we said is 4, then 4 plus 1 is 5, then the whole length of SQ is 10. The last theorem, if three or more parallel lines cut off congruent segments, the parallel lines, there is transversal cut them. After cutting them, they created congruent segment like AC congruent to CE. Then they cut off congruent segments on every transversal. That means if we have 3 or more parallel lines and there is transversal cut them and created congruent segments, then the other transversal, they will do the same. That means BD equal DF. Let's solve this question. In the figure, marked lines are parallel. We have parallel lines AE parallel to BF, parallel to CG, parallel to DH. Let's find if we know that AB equal BC equal CD equal to, here we have congruent segments according to our theorem, then the other segments that created by this transversal also are congruent. EF congruent to FG, congruent to GH. Since we have in the given that EF equal 2.5 and we said that all these segments are congruent, then we can find the length of EH by adding them 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5. We will get that the length of EH equal 6.75. By the same idea, let's solve this question. EF, if we set EF equal FG equal GH equal 6 and AD equal 15. Since we have congruent segments created by this transversal, then here we have also congruent segments. Then AB equal BC equal CD. Since we have AD equal 15, then AB equal BC equal CD equal 5. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.